Why did men stop having friends? We used to be part of a tribe. We used to have a band of brothers. But now we live our lives like solitary animals. In pre-Christian Viking age, people believed that we all have a fylgja, or fylgja, a companion spirit, often in the form of an animal. It would be there when you were born, following you through your life towards your destiny. And I think that the belief in a fylgja says something about the importance of having someone who would be there. People understood that we should not walk alone through life. So I printed out some numbers here, and these numbers are from the USA, but I think they are quite representative all over. So 30 years ago, 55% of men reported having at least 6 close friends. Today that number has been cut in half, with only 27% of men reporting having 6 or more close friends. But 15% of men have no close friendships at all. That's a 5-fold increase since 1990. And this is worse for young men, with more than 1 in 4, so 28% of men under the age of 30 reported having no close social connections. If we just compare it to the numbers here for women, in 1990, 41% said they had 6 or more close friends, but now only 24% are saying that they have 6 or more close friends. 10% of women reported having no close friends. What seems to be making this much worse for men is that men are much less likely to reach out to friends. A recent Pew Research Center study found that 54% of women would turn to a friend for emotional support, but that number is only 38% when it comes to the men. And you may have heard that if you don't have social connections, it's as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes per day. So that says something about how we as human beings, we need other people, we need friends. The Hávamál, which is Odin's speech to us humans, the wisdom of Odin, is very clear on the importance of friendships. There is a line there that says, if you have a friend and you trust him, go and visit him often. Weeds and high grass grows on a path where nobody travels. Now the numbers are telling us that this trend is affecting both men and women. And I think that there are some common causes for this. Maybe the most important one being that we are much more tied to the screens now. We spend a lot more time looking at the screen in solitude. But I think we should try to look at reasons why specifically men are not having so many friends anymore, because this is affecting our mental health, and men are overrepresented when it comes to statistics on, I shouldn't say the word here on YouTube, men just making life end. If you go online and you search the internet, now it's all AI, I guess, but they will tell you that, oh, it's because of basically toxic masculinity, that men, they don't talk about their problems, they're not reaching out socially and all of that. I think it's wrong. I don't think that's the reason. There are other reasons, and I will mention just some of them here. One is the disappearance of male-only spaces. So One example is, you know, the pub in England, for instance. They have a pub culture that used to be a male space, and I don't know how it is now. I will add that that's maybe not the healthiest of places to be, because it usually involves drinking alcohol, right? The gym used to be a male-only space, or almost male-only space. Now, I will say that I think it's fantastic that women, so many women, are now working out. I think that's great. But it's not like it used to be. I can remember how it used to be, and now commercial gyms, you know, people are just walking around with headsets on, and there is no social interaction. I also think that another reason here is how people ridicule male friendships. There is an expression or a term called, they say, a bromance, and it is ridiculous because it's sexualizing actually male friendships, which they shouldn't do that. You know? I will also say, and I might get some pushback on this one, but video games actually. I think that there are more men than women playing video games, and it's a solitary thing. I don't think I've ever played video games myself. Maybe I'm talking about something I don't know so much about here. I understand that you can be online and play with other people, but you're not physically together, right? So if you spend several hours a day playing video games, those are hours you could have spent physically with other people, but instead you're on your own. Another reason could be that men work more hours, so they don't have as much spare time compared to women. Men's friendships are more activity based, while women, they can go out for a cup of coffee. Men tend to want to do things instead. By the way, my name is Bjorn, and I'm a historical novelist, and I live here in Norway. And I am obsessed with the Viking Age, as you may have guessed if you have been following my channel for a while. Feel free to subscribe. I upload videos every Saturday, and usually now also in the middle of the week. So what can we do about this? Sometimes I see in the comments people criticizing me for not having like a bullet point list with you know, things we can do, a solution to the problem that I have been addressing in the video. And you know, that's fair. That's fair criticism, I guess. In this case, I think that it's quite simple. First, we need to realize that men not having friends also means that men are isolating themselves. And when men are isolating themselves from society, they don't shape society anymore. And I believe that's the reason why society here in the Western Hemisphere, as they say, has become so feminized. When you think about it, the whole woke thing might be a result of society and the culture becoming feminized. And it has become feminized because men are not present in the way they used to be. We need a good balance of the feminine and the masculine in our culture. But when the masculine is not present anymore, well, I don't think that's a good thing. So, you know, it's not only for ourselves that we should be more, you know, outgoing as men. It's not only for our own mental and physical health. It's also for the betterment of society as a whole. Pick up that phone, call an old friend or a new friend, you know, if you have a new friend, but call someone, you know, and say something along the lines, and you know, listen, hi there. You want to go out and do, and then something that you would enjoy doing, you know, go hiking, camping, whatever. And it's really that simple. It's really that simple. So what do you think? Do you agree with what I'm saying here or not? Share your thoughts and ideas in the comment section. And let's get the conversation going. I think that there should pop up another video here that you will enjoy. So go and click on that, and I'll see you there. Okay, bye bye.